When the physical body dies, it is my belief that the consciousness that inhabited it re-emerges into the non-physical realm. That realm is a place of pure, positive energy. If this is true, what then are people actually witnessing when they see a ghost? To understand that, you have to first understand that we live in a vibrational reality. Everything that exists is actually a unique vibrational frequency that we are decoding through our physical senses. It works like this. First there is a vibration, and that vibration will attract like vibrations unto itself until it becomes a thought. Then this newly formed thought will also attract like vibrations, including other thoughts, unto itself until it becomes what one might call a thought form, which is perhaps the closest thing to what I am submitting to be a ghost. There are many who say that these thought forms can become at least semi-sentient and seem to have a life and consciousness of their own, and I am inclined to agree with that. While this may be what ghosts are, or perhaps some ghosts are, I think they are something even more specific. I think that most ghosts are non-sentient thought forms, created out of the concentrated energy of thought itself, a thought that was thought upon long enough that it has manifested visually in the physical realm. In other words, seeing a ghost is seeing something that once existed now playing itself out again. The ghost itself is nothing more than a vibrational imprint. Now, I do certainly entertain the idea that some ghosts may be sentient or semi-sentient thought forms. If these exist, keep in mind a thought form of any kind is still not ever the spirit of an actual person, because like I said at the beginning of this video, I believe that a person's spirit or consciousness at the point of death re-emerges back into the pure positive non-physical energy. There may, however, be one exception to what I have said thus far. It is theoretically possible that someone who has re-emerged into non-physical could make themselves known in some way to someone who is still physically focused under certain conditions. Those conditions likely being if the physically focused person has a powerful enough desire for such interaction with a non-physical being and or has focused themselves into a high enough vibration that this physically focused person is now able to perceive some aspect of non-physical. These kinds of interactions, however, are not limited to what people typically think of as seeing ghosts. They can include phenomena such as lights turning off and on seemingly by themselves, books suddenly falling off shelves, and other such phenomena that many would argue is someone from non-physical attempting to communicate. Some may ask, but what about the idea of a soul being bound to the earthly plane after death due to unfinished business they have here? I'm not going to say that's impossible because I don't know. I will simply say that I think of that as a less likely scenario because, to the best of my knowledge and intuition, when a person dies, they leave behind all of that so-called unfinished business. They leave behind all resistance to their own natural well-being. Therefore, they would not be ones to linger in the earthly plane even if they could. They are at peace. So if you ever see what appears to be a ghost and the image is disturbing in some way, I am suggesting that what you are seeing is nothing more than a so-called thought form, and it is basically harmless. If, however, you see what appears to be a ghost or experience ghostly activity and the experience fills you with positive emotion, then I am in fact suggesting that what you experienced just might have been communication with a real person from the non-physical realm.